And we sold 350,000 papers.
Right.
Brother, did you know that's really getting them out?
Yes, sir.
Over $1 million a month.
Yes, sir.
$1 million a
I
month?
said over $1 million a month.
Yeah. $1 million in 3 weeks.
$1 million a month? No, that's not $1,300,000, not $1 million a month. But think over a year.
Yes, sir. Our papers didn't rise
That's
yet.
$3 million a year. Oh.
And you said 350-some thousand this week?
Yeah, last week.
Last week alone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Per
that's
week.
about a month, that would be over $1 million a month. Pardon me, not $1 million, $1 million copies a month.
Yeah.
The only thing that I regret in all of this is that 2 black groups have to fight and kill each other off. Elijah Muhammad could stop the whole thing tomorrow just by raising his hand. Really, he could. He could stop the whole thing by raising his hand. But he won't. He doesn't love black people. He doesn't love black people.
He doesn't love black people.
He doesn't even love his own followers. Proof of which they're killing each other. They killed one in the Bronx. They shot another one in the Bronx. They tried to get 6 of us Sunday morning. And the pattern has developed across the country. The man has gone insane. Absolutely out of his mind. Besides, you can't be 70 years old and surround yourself by a handful of 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. You can't be 70 years old and surround yourself by a handful of 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. You can't be 70 years old and surround yourself by a handful of 16, 17, 18-year-old girls and keep your right mind. You can't do it.
Why are they threatening your life?
Well, primarily because they're afraid that I will tell the real reason that I'm out of the black Muslim movement, which I never told. I kept to myself. But the real reason is that Elijah Muhammad, the head of the movement, is the father of 8 children by 6 different teenage girls. 6 different teenage girls who were his private personal secretaries. 4 of them had 1 child apiece by him. 2 of them had 2 children, and one of those 2 is pregnant right now in Los Angeles, where they're his 3rd child. And the one who first made me aware of this was Wallace Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad's son.
The incarnation of he was God on earth. You
Yeah,
know.
I differed with my father.
Yes.
And I didn't want to differ with him.
Yes.
In fact, I never differed with him directly. I was told, he was told that someone heard me saying something different. Mm-hmm. So he called me to question me about it. And I told him that I could more readily believe that he was God than I could believe that his teacher was God, because his teacher was a white man and he said white people were devils. Because his teacher was a white man and he said white people were devils. Because his teacher was a white man and he said white people were devils. And also I told him that I understand something from your teacher that makes me believe that he said those things, but he also left enough evidence of his real intent, and that was to bring us to the correct idea of God in Islam. For example, my mother, when I was leaving the home one day, after my father had insisted that I accept God the way he presented God, insisted that I accept God the way he presented God, insisted that I accept God the way he presented God, or I was going to be cut off from all communication. Insisted that I accept God the way he presented God, or I was going to be cut off from all communication. He told me he knew it would hurt me to know that I wouldn't be able to see my mother. He said, you won't be able to talk to your mother or see her. So I didn't change. And as I was leaving, my mother was hurt, and it hurt me to see her hurting like that. She said, she walked me to the door, which she didn't do. That was normal for her. When my father excused you. And she stood on the porch at the door and she said, Wallace, why don't you go back there and accept this? Just say you believe. I said, Mama, tell me what Mr. Farad told you all. I said, did he tell you he was God? And she looked like her face went blank and looked like she didn't know what to say. And a few seconds she said, no, he did not. So in fact, he told us to not even call him prophet. Said that was too big a title for him. I said, did he tell you he was God? And she looked like her face went blank and looked like she didn't know what to say. And a few seconds she said, no, he did not. So in fact, he told us to not even call him prophet. Said that was too big a title for him. Then I said to my mother, how can you ask your son now to accept a man as God who told you prophet was too big a title for him?